Hi everyone, this is Shwetha. I'm Educational Officer for Amrabad Tiger Reserve Forest, and we are right now standing at a trekking place that is uh, Prataparudra Kota, and generally we have two different trekking routes. One is like Umameshwaram temple trek, and this is Prataparudra fort. Okay, so generally why we get people over here to trek is like they can get to see a lot of plants. Okay, and they can also see a lot of different varieties of birds over here in the morning, because the trek starts in the morning. They can get to see a lot of animals and birds and trees. We'll also tell them how many types of plants we have and what is the importance of those plants. Like, some trees, for example, you talk about banyan trees. So banyan trees have fruiting in different seasons, which is food for a lot of birds and animals. As you can see the range behind you, this is Nallamala forest, and it's just very close to city, which is Hyderabad. It's about 140 kilometers from Hyderabad. It's, I think, for anybody who wants to have a break their routine and have a good time, I think this is the right place to be. And you can come here. We have everything online. Like, you can book your ticket. Like, the rooms are available over here. So you book. It's a complete package wherein if you book cottage, it is included with safari and trekking. Okay, and you only have to pay extra for your food and guide charges, because as a forest department we thought we can give employment for our local tribals, which are chenchus over here. So they will be walking with us when we go for trekking, and also they will accompany us when we go for safari, so that they will talk about animals, and they can identify, they can locate where the animals are, and they'll talk about trees around. Like, wildlife, without forest, I think nobody can exist. So it's like, it's high time that we respect the place, give place for animals to survive, instead of intruding, or there should be less interference of human being. So the main reason why we started this package is to spread awareness among people that how important these reserve forests are. Because you can see when you start from here, and the way which goes to Shreeshailam, lot of people stop their vehicle, sit by, and they litter the place, and they just leave the place. But they have to understand one thing: this is not a place wherein it's not a picnic place wherein they can stop and sit and eat and litter the place. There's a lot of animals which move around, and they also tend to eat those plastic, and which affects their health. And most of the time, the death can happen because of the plastic, because they're consuming plastic, which is not good. So it's a small request from the department, that it's nice that you go, because the speed limit is 30 kilometers. If you really drive your vehicle in that speed, you can see lot of birds, you can enjoy the weather, you can see lot of trees around. I think that's how you can really be a part of the wild, and you can see a lot of things. Okay, instead of just being in a hurry and rushing, okay, spend that quality time, the time you can reach from this point to Srishalam. So you can see around, you don't have to stop the vehicle. The 30 limit speed is really good enough. If you go into the jungles, we don't find monkeys, because they got used to human feeding. So you'll see most of the monkeys on by the road, especially when they are speed breakers. They stand there because they know that vehicles will be slowed down, and it will be easy for them to ask for the food, or people also can give them food. So they got used to this sort of feeding. So you might be thinking, what's wrong in feeding the animals? But when they forget their natural habit, natural behavior, they have to be in jungle, they have to search for the food and eat. When you start feeding them, they stay near the roads, and a lot of road kills happen because of that. And when these monkeys are eating chips and stuff like that, what you leaving, so they also consume little amount of plastic, and which goes into their stomach. And suppose, just imagine if a carnivorous animal is hunting a monkey and she eats that, so both the life are in the threat, right? She already consumed plastic, and the other animal which is killed that animal is also consuming plastic. So I request you all to be little more sensible about the place, be little sensitive towards wildlife and also animals and place around. Please do not litter the place, and do not stop in between.